Play season game. So after a dominating performance by the Buffalo Bills defense, they are headed into San Diego. The San Diego Chargers are coming into Buffalo to get a shot at the rookie Josh Allen, who had 2 interceptions last week, but threw 2 touchdowns and had a rushing touchdown. So it's a good game so far for the rookie from Wyoming, playing for the big boy, Jim Kelly.
Gordon's got the ground game. It's the coach. You're locked into Madden Night.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
All right. I guess it's 4-3.
Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LeSean McCoy. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone
Good push,
down.
Shady. I'll take it. I'll take that, Shady.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Slow,
well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Patience.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end.
Big boy.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's Allen to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
There you go,
and they'll
Good
get
job,
him down as he's inside the 40.
Nice and slow.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
No. Check. Patriot.
This give is to McCoy. It's Jaleel Addae who brings him down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Incomplete.
Overthrown.
And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well. They got a nice payoff.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
All right. What did you Jackson do? Coach suggestions.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up
You
first
gotta
and
rely
10.
on your defense
right
to stop
at the
this
30.
guy.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35
You gotta
at the
rely
36.
on your defense to hold him. You know what I mean?
The numbers a
Gordon's a
week ago
beast.
from Melvin Gordon. 14 carries, 71 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect their defensive front to be someone they can move.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon.
There you go,
They
K-Dub.
lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Rivers now.
Go.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40,
Oh,
not
Lowdown
quite
got
to the
hurt after
35.
crazy game last week. Good.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Go now. Get on the couch. Jelly? No.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught.
Oh, my God.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Come here, bro. Oh, come on. Really shady.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Girl, come here. Come here, Joey. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Now McCoy looking for a crease, can't find one.
You a good girl?
At the
You a
line
good
of
girl?
scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Allen now looks to throw. Out to his left. The kidder here, it's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gained. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10
Come here,
at the
Joey.
8-yard line.
Come here, bro. You come down my lap. Come here, bro. Come on, up.
And now
No,
out
Jelly,
on
come
the
here.
field, here comes Los Angeles.
Come here, Jelly.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you
Here
have to
you
go
go.
over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one
Come here,
sniffed
bro.
out. Excellent run blitz.
Up.
Stop that
I want
one
a
for a
hug.
short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Man open left side. It's Williams.
Oh,
And it'll be a
come
couple yards shy
on.
of the 20 at the 18. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th
Come here,
down.
girl. Come here.
Well, it wasn't a big strike.
Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Out. Get out. Come here. Come on. Out. Come here. Oh, you can sit on my lap, yeah. Oh. Give me kisses. Aw. You need to listen, okay? Come here. Joey. Come here, look. Oh, come here. Oh. You a good dog? Are you a good dog? Oh. You want your ears scratched? Ears scratched? Oh, baby. Oh. You gonna behave? You want down? Okay. Hang on, wait. No. Okay. All right. You want more? You want more? Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
But that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now? 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not
One
more
more?
than half
Lay
a
down.
foot.
What I
Down.
would do here.
You would always go for it.
Lay down.
I'm one of those guys.
Wait.
And here
Sit.
come
Wait.
the Bills.
Wait.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
There you go.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
Good
and
girl.
go
You're
to
a
a
good
spot
girl,
that
ain't
they
you?
haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit
Lay
to
down.
try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you
All right,
do
let's
that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Wide open receiver.
There you
complete.
go.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get
you
on
are.
his
You're
horse.
such a good
Still
girl.
accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a handoff running left.
Come
is
on,
McCoy.
guys.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline as a play caller. You're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
What are you doing,
I
girl?
think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
There you go, Kroom.
And they're going to
Good
have
job.
this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
You're holding it with
They've
this
got a
high
2nd
scoring
and 9 to start things out. Now Allen. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, wow.
And his throw is incomplete.
All right. I got
Had the
you.
right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down. Allen. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Come on, guys.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't
What?
it?
It really is, because that's
Give
where
me
your
the wrong
strength's
guy.
supposed to be.
Stop
You're
that.
supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on first down. He's got Allen. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Caught by Gates, left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's got a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something.
Oh, you guys didn't hold your blocks.
Down. Joey Bosa in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
And a pressure
I hit speed. It did throw it. Okay.
In there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Such a highly touted product out of Ohio State. Bosa has not disappointed in the NFL.
Not even close. Rookie of the year, his first season. 12.5 sacks and a Pro Bowl his 2nd season. What's next for this guy? I say the sky's the limit, and you know how much he loves pass rushing. Even swaps moves with the opposition post-game, always trying to get better.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon.
Jelly!
The ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. His throw incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Allen's got it.
There you go. Good hole.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills getting set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal.
Not
they
a
got 3
Jeremy
points out
pass,
of.
right.
They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Wow, what a...
And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. The 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face
It
it.
wasn't that I took
that
off.
should
I
have been
blew
done in
that
Big Sky
tackle, blew
Country.
that
Are any
coverage.
speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Me dealing with Joey Bosa.
Now the
at
Bills
that size,
offense gets
killing me.
ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the train expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, okay.
And make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving
Hold
the football.
Bosa.
Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He'll buy some time right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Alex.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding a...
Come
The Chargers rush
on!
is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And caught, right side, Green.
Bring it back.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
Come on!
And he'll have
He's
it past
completed
midfield,
one
almost to the 40
pass.
before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2 having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando.
Yeah,
And he
he knows the
works
rest
it
of the game.
past the 30, almost to the 25. A 10-yard
He's
pickup, and
gonna
it's
stop
enough for a
bleeding, that's
Charger
all.
first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First down, Rivers. Right side catch. This is Gates. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating
14
that
and 15.
logic and making a really nice tackle?
The reception good for 7.
Yeah, I don't know what to
It's
think
3rd
about
down.
either, Coach. I mean,
I know the halftime's approaching, but I
Rivers
don't
is
think
just
he's going to want to take a
destroying
break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps
Or
the
isn't he
field goal
gonna
on the
lose it if he
table as
throws
it's
it
4th
away?
down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Spinning away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard
points?
line.
Problem is,
Here's the Buffalo offense now.
I can't
as they
stop
get
Bosa
set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
and then he throws it
You're
like
thinking
that.
about
Really?
starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Allen. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Allen. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Foster. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Allen will try again on second down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Foster. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
They go for a bomb, I'll do it. They don't go for a bomb, I'm not doing it. I'll come outside.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
You're going to call a play, I don't care.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
final play of the half, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
That's going to mess up the damn stats, dude.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick?
No.
All right, let's go.
Again with these.
Williams now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Best
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Ready. Run 80.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just
now
like that.
He's going
to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, yeah, good boy,
hang
Hyde.
on.
My
Would have been a nice
boy.
catch. Instead, it brings up a
Woo,
fourth
Hyde.
down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Deep trouble.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up into half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards.
Good job, Shady.
Stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Right, here comes the sack.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bills on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this.
I had B.
Goes.
Get out of here,
Joey
Bosa. That's bullshit.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
It's called all Madden.
I call that
like
play a success.
cheats.
A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Rivers now on second down, and that's complete to Gates. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Whether it's Antonio Gates or not, Philip Rivers loves the tight end position. He loves those throws. How about that route he just hit there?
Yeah, he's so good in this offense at weaving the tight end in, and sometimes the tight end helping him out, too.
Yeah, without it.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Matty Mice!
And
Ice
they
man.
will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right?
Oh, what the
There's
heck
no
was that
chaos
kind of
back there.
fun? Oh,
And
come
receivers come
on. I'm in
open.
field goal range.
Great
What are you
discipline on that
doing?
play. They didn't let that happen
Offense.
and held it to no gain.
No, check, Patriot!
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. It changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often.
Call
But you
on
have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Williams to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Rivers, and that is incomplete. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
I want to go for a touchdown.
Back onto the field now.
I can't stop Bosa.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Allen.
Bosa again.
Able to get the pressure.
Not even
and bring
1,
him
2, and
down.
done.
Joey
Jesus.
Bosa in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good.
Great.
And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, the game's over now.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to
Offense.
get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll set them back 5. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there.
What?
He's
Oh,
had his way
come
in this
on,
one,
not
but
Edmonds.
this time they get him behind the line. Second down, Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd
I'll
down.
take it, but not.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass.
Come on, what is it?
Looked like it was coming together.
What is it?
Looked like
Oh
there
my
was an
God, this
opening.
game.
Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action. Rivers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up a 4th down.
I'll take that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
I got them, but of course.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get a
this
little
time?
closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards
So
closer
scared
for
to throw.
third down.
They brought the blitz
No, it's
that
not that I'm
time, and I
scared
thought
to
they were
throw
going
it.
to get to him, but
I was afraid to
instead,
get hit.
he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I had him toward the right. God
It
damn
looked
it.
like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. McCoy. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And an alley to run. 10 yards down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
No, Jack, Patriot.
A give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40.
I'm sorry, McCoy, but you've had 23 carries. I'm going to bring in the rookie.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
You take right off the fucking...
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Get to bed.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worried about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Allen now looks to throw. The strong safety, Jaleel
Well, they're blitzing. I
Addae
can't do
there in
nothing.
Coverage.
Highly unlikely I'm
That
going to be
play
able to
I thought about
score.
what my coaches had told me in the past, the biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And an alley to run. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Leopard!
They'll run with a rookie. It's Boston Scott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They go again with Scott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
The best defensive lineman They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He can run for it, and he will. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers
in
for
the
a
hole
defense.
right
They
there.
thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They give it to him running left, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Boston Scott with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there down
Whatever.
to the 1-yard line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now, they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for
They
error
had to
now
play
for your
defense
D.
this
They
whole
just have to
game.
get it
I
into
mean,
range.
You don't realize
And this will
how hard
not
we're
be
playing against
returnable.
Phil
It's out of the
Rivers.
back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops it in.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Allen, the intended receiver.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
No, I'm not.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 7, 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a 1st down and not a touchdown.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They get it to him running left, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Jeez.
Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by. But that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Jeepers. What a fucking game.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
Well, I'm glad I was chasing with my defensive tackle, because that would have been a touchdown.
Not being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Call it a gain of
sure
7,
you
and
hold
it gets
them
him a
to
new
a
set
field
of
goal.
downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A second down throw for Rivers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Oh, you guys
Another
are picked
throw
it
on
off. That
second
was
down, and
beautiful.
this one incomplete as well.
And when you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. To throw, Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's kept the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it
Yes, we
effectively
can.
as well.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On second down now, Scott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Scott. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
I'd like to get a first down because it'd end it. A touchdown would make it nice. He's inside.
On second down, Scott. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
I'm not messing with that.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run with Scott. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Oh, thank God, I thought I shanked it.
Put this one through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
That almost
So it's a
scared me.
drive that ends in 3, and I know that that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him 1 short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in 1 game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Of course I'm going to accept
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
He'll look to throw. Able to get away. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken
Deshaun
down.
Hall.
What a huge play at this point in the game. Deshaun Hall in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left.
This was a heartbreaking game. Oh, my God. Still not even over.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and forever. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
So another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Desperation time. Rivers on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope you... No, that's what they had to do.
Yeah, I'm up by
right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team that has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home with it.
I'm in face
to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone.
If you watch his first half,
it's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have
when am I going to get another field goal?
Instead, it brings up third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch.
What a fucking game.
Just got to be prepared,
God.
stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Buffalo, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.